Welcome to the High Ground Podcast, and it's the first episode of 10 Minutes and Under. So, today in our inaugural episode, we are going to be looking at Spider-Man and his return to the MCU. Okay.
And Rambo.
And Rambo. Going to do them together?
Yeah.
Okay, Rambo in the 10 minutes. Big news for last week. So, what do you think?
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was like a nice sort of tale to the whole series for me. Like that, you see the paraphernalia from First Blood, like the green jacket. Spoilers, green jacket, and even the machete from the last film hanging on the wall. I thought it was really good. Like it was a real sort of callback to the Rambo of the past.
Modern day cinema, I think. We've got the whole action cinema is basically a 12A if you're lucky.
Oh yeah.
Or because it's just get the audience in your Fast and the Furious, which is the biggest action franchise at the moment.
Sanitized, isn't it?
Yeah. Even Terminator going from 18 to 15 to 12. It's sort of. But with Rambo, I thought this was the closest thing to an 80s action movie I've seen in a long while. But we've amped up the violence towards the end.
Yeah, I like they kept the gore from the last one. Like I thought it really worked in the last one, having the realistic. Gore and violence, because...
That was gruesome at times in that film.
Yeah, it was gruesome. Yeah, the collarbone thing.
Oh, gross. Whoa. I got to admit, when it started, I like the way they built the character at first, and you think you're going on the Taken territory, then they completely swerved you. I thought that was fantastic.
Yeah, I thought that was excellent. Like, they had the balls to actually, kill, his new sort of... I don't know, what is she, she's niece. Like a guardian. He's like guardian. Yeah, niece, that was it, yeah. I thought that I did not see that coming. I thought he was going to rescue her, and then the guys would come and they'd attack them there. But it was really ballsy of them to sort of kill her off. I thought that was, like you say, I thought it was going to go Taken as well. And it was nice to see almost like the closest you'll ever see to Rambo being in a western.
Yeah.
Having these a rancher and.
Taking the 20 to 30 minutes to actually build the character up, and you think you get a full sense of security before bang, and then go straight into Rambo mode for about halfway through the film. Before it goes into full-blown Rambo mode where he's going to get revenge.
Yeah, the end, and I
thought it was fantastic.
I loved the whole, it was basically like a really violent Home Alone at the end.
Yeah, I saw that, but yes, that is actually, he was, I just thought, I know David Morrell, the creator of the character Rambo, doesn't like it, and there's a lot of critics out there that don't like it.
That's fair enough, but...
To me, this is just...
I thought it was fine,
I thought it was brilliant. I like Stallone anyway, and I like the Creed films. But to me, this is one of his best films in recent history.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, I think the last film he did that was decent was probably Escape Plan. I can't think of anything after that.
I like Creed and Creed 2, I'll be honest with you.
I've still not seen Creed and Creed 2, so...
Creed,
miraculously. Somehow.
Creed is actually he's a great actor in Creed. I mean, he got nominated for awards, so I actually really enjoyed him in that. And Creed 2 was more of like a Rocky type sequel, but in terms of, it's great to see Sly doing what he did. In his 70s now, but in the 80s, so it's great to see, and he can actually still pull it off, and he looks good for his age.
And I'm sad and happy in a way. I'm sad that Arnie hasn't come back as much as we wanted him to. But at the same time, I'm happy that Stallone is still doing what he does best, at the age he's at. I'm kind of disappointed that Arnie hasn't kept up the whole comeback thing. But if that's what he wants to do, that's what he wants to do. But, I love Stallone. I don't know why he gets such a bad rap for, he was the other shoulder carrying the 80s action franchise on. I don't understand why the disapproval comes from for Stallone, because Stallone has something that Arnie doesn't. He's a decent actor.
Yes.
He's got the acting chops.
Directing and writing as well. Got an Oscar for his writing.
He did,
for Rocky, the original Rocky. So we actually love Rambo: Last Blood.
It was pretty good.
So the other bit of big news we had in the last 7 days has been the Spider-Man's return to the MCU. Personally, I think that it was all timed perfectly so that they could get in on the territory. They could get in on the Joker. We're talking about the Joker that's coming out at the end of the week,
which does look pretty good.
I think Marvel and Sony orchestrated this so they could take the wind out of the Joker.
Yeah.
But
I knew it would happen. I knew they wouldn't. There was no way they were going to leave a character that profitable and that established. I mean, I suppose in theory it could have happened, but I knew there was no way. We were saying this, weren't we? When we did the episode about it happening. I think we knew there was gonna be a deal.
Definitely. I think in the geek room channel in the group videos that I do. Link
Which
below.
you
I'm
should
going to put in
definitely check out.
yeah. Thank you very much. I'm going to put a link in the box below if you're watching it on YouTube. I actually did a thing about this, and I actually say that I think what they'll do is they'll keep the Tom Holland Spider-Man trilogy, give him into another one, and take him into the Spider-Verse. That way, you can actually take Spider-Man out of the MCU by putting Tom Holland into another universe, and also bring up the chance of having using Miles Morales. I think he'll do another Spider-Man for and I think that after 8 films, it's 2 Tom Holland, the 200 Garfield, and the 3
Tobey
Maguire. That it's time that they start using Miles Morales because he proved so popular in Spider-Verse. So bringing him into real life.
Yeah.
And have do like a Spider-Verse live action version, but using Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. You do that, and you taking Tom Holland's Spider-Man into it means you could actually have him escape the MCU and the shadow of Iron Man and everything, and that way that if Marvel and Sony don't want to continue the deal, they've taken the Tom Holland Spider-Man out and put him legitimately in somewhere else where you don't have to worry about having to go, oh, we have to worry about the Skrulls and Nick Fury and Iron Man. So that's where I think they'll go with it.
Yeah, I mean, I sort of, I had a good idea, and then I was gutted, as you do now in the internet age, where you find out someone else has already thought of it. Where in Homecoming, you see Donald Glover isn't he? And he's like an arms dealer, or whatever he is. And I always thought it would have been great if he was actually Miles Morales.
That would have been nice.
Bring it, because Donald Glover's always great just to watch, hasn't he? But
if you haven't seen it, The Martian.
Yeah, and Solo as well. No, he is Lando.
Oh yes.
But yeah, like I think you're right as well though. Like I think this new Phase 4 onwards thing, I think the main background villain thing is going to be the Secret Wars multiverse kind of thing, isn't it? Oh, I assume I don't have much knowledge of the comics, but I could only think of that or Galactus being the big bad next time, but I don't know if he's even big enough, is he?
They've been hinting at Galactus with the Celestial Head in Nowhere. Yeah. So I think with my MCU alone, I think they could either go Galactus or they could go Secret Wars. But with Spider-Man, I think after this trilogy, I think the next step the obvious step would be Spider-Verse, because that way everybody wants to see. Well, I know I do, and I know that it wants to see Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland. That would be superb.
I would even are we talking live action?
Live action.
Yeah, I mean, I would even like to see them on a sequel to the animated one, because that was phenomenal.
They hinted at it. They did it. They start with the walking down the street bit, but I thought that was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, no, I'd say because like having all 3 of them work together on that would be. I think in a way that'd be more enjoyable for me, because you can do a lot more with the animated stuff. For everyone, animated for everyone, isn't it? Really, but I think that's quite a fair assessment. The multiverse is also the way I think they could bring the mutants in, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the vampires for Blade.
Maybe. I can't wait. It'll be interesting to see where they go.
Because I want to see what their explanation for not seeing vampires or mutants so far yet is. But
sure multiverse. It has to be multiverse.
Yeah, it's got to be, isn't it? Yeah.
That would be. Yeah. Because I'm just looking forward. I just want to see the first family first before the X-Men.
Yeah.
So that's fantastic for those not initiated. So that's that's going to be. Yeah. So we knew it was going to happen.
We're all happy. Yeah.
Yeah. We're as it.
Suffice to say.
Yeah. It's like a load of fanboys just cried out, yes!
Yeah, like the opposite of Alderaan being destroyed.
Yeah. We have to at some point I was like, Star Wars has to come to everything. And if you
I do apologise for that. That is subconscious.
But you look at Kevin Feige's now attached to us doing a Star Wars thing.
Yeah,
so it's
I saw that, yeah.
Well, is it anybody that does a Marvel film has to do Star Wars? You can see it's all interlinked, everything. Star Wars and Marvel. It's like my childhood, it seems to be like a lot of filmmakers' childhood is, I'm doing Star Wars, I could also do Marvel and vice versa. So it's just brilliant.
I think this Kevin Feige Star Wars thing could be a litmus test to weed out all the annoying, misanthropy fanboys, so that if Kevin Feige, who can do no wrong with the MCU, makes a Star Wars film and people still go, oh, that was shit, well, then we know that they're not real fans.
Exactly. And we managed to get into 10 minutes, so that's our new and inaugural episode, and we'll see you all in another high ground.
Well, indeed.